आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. We are doing fourth mantra. प्रतिबोधविदितं मतम् अमृतत्वं हि विन्दते आत्मना विन्दते वीर्यं विद्यया विन्दते अमृतम्. How was your mantra on this mantra? Any doubts?
Not so much Maharaj. I tried my level best to think about.
Then?
मैंने इसको ऐसे सोचा महाराज, कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट अपने से बाहर मैं इसको देख रहा हूँ, जैसे मैं ऑब्जेक्ट को देख रहा हूँ, किसी चीज़ को मैं अभी देख रहा हूँ, तो इसका जो ज्ञान है, जो बोध है, वो किंतु मेरे अंदर है, उसको होना पड़ेगा, उसको होना पड़ेगा, वो बोध होना पड़ेगा. अदरवाइज द थिंग डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट बिफोर मी. वो बोध, तो मैं इस तरह से जा रहा हूँ, वो बोध. फाइनली मैं देखता हूँ कोई भी चीज़ अपने अंदर एक बोध स्वरूप ही है. जो भी चीज़ हम बाहर देख रहे हैं वो बोध स्वरूप ही है. उसका जो नोइंगनेस है, जो ज्ञान है, वो किंतु कंटिन्यूएशन है उसका. कोई भी चीज़ देख रहा हूँ, मोबाइल देख रहा हूँ, कोई भी चीज़ देख रहा हूँ, तो ये चीज़ मेरे अंदर एक बोध स्वरूप ही है. बोध हो जाए उसका, हाँ, दैट एग्जिस्ट, ऐसा. फिर देखता हूँ कि उस बोध स्वरूप में और एग्जिस्टेंस में देयर इज नो एनी डिफरेंस, सेम, वन द सेम. बिकॉज जागृत में प्रत्येक वस्तु का बोध हो रहा है मुझको. इट मीन्स होल जागृता इज बोध स्वरूप ओनली बिफोर मी. स्वप्न में भी सब चीज़ का हमको बोध हो रहा है, स्वप्न भी बोध स्वरूप ही है. और डीप स्लीप में उसका भी ये ब्लैंकनेस, मतलब कि कुछ नहीं है, उसका भी बोध है. जिसका मतलब कि माई एग्जिस्टेंस, द रियलिटी एंड बोध स्वरूप द सेम थिंग. मतलब कि उसका प्रमाण, वो बोध का प्रमाण तो एग्जिस्टेंस ही है, नहीं. क्योंकि कोई भी एक्सपीरियंस जब होता है तो मुझको वहाँ होना जरूरी है, नहीं तो हु विल गिव द प्रूफ दैट आई नो दिस थिंग. तो बोध कंडीशन है, मतलब मैं कंडीशन. इसका मतलब देखता है कि द सेल्फ, द रियलिटी इज नथिंग बट बोध स्वरूप. स्पॉन्टेनियसली इट इज द सेम एंटिटी ओनली, मैनिफेस्टिंग इन सो मेनी वे. तो बोध स्वरूप जो आत्मा है, जो स्वरूप है, वही सब रूपों में है. क्योंकि मुझको मेरा ही ज्ञान हो रहा है, उसके अलावा तो कुछ है नहीं. इस तरह से मैं उसको विचार करते करते.
गुड. The vichar was good, but there are 1-2 points where you need more clarity.
Yes, ma'am.
So keeping this in mind, we will discuss today's class. Pratibodha viditam matam. The reality which we are trying to seek and for which various sadhanas have been initiated, that is very much evident. Where in each thought, Is this clear? So briefly, what did we discuss last time? Whatever knowledge you have, it is in the form of thought.
Thought.
Yes. Now you are talking about existence. You leave that existence for now. Because in this part, because the existence, consciousness, and infinity, the three are not separate anyway. So they are only one. In which way you approach. Yes. So you are sitting here. I see you from front, you look in one way. I see you from back, you may look differently. And from side, you may look differently. But whom am I seeing? Only you. Yes. So in the same way, this Satta Chitta Anand, they are all one only. You can use anything as a portal to recognize that. But here we are mainly looking at consciousness. So if you want to comprehend consciousness, what are you comprehending now? That is the first question. So whatever you say, that is the result of your thought. Whatever you say. Because all the senses, their inputs will come to you, and then that information becomes very much vivid in you in the form of thought. So the thought is being known. That's all. Now, who is knowing that thought? Is it one more thought which is knowing this thought? If you go like that, you will not come to any conclusion. So there we are saying there is a thought and you are knowing that thought. There it is ending. That knowingness. We are only focusing on that knowingness. Forget about all other things. Whatever it is there, it is coming to you as thought, and that thought we are knowing. You may feel, what is that big thing? There is a big thing. That knowing, what is this knowing? That is the thing. Where is this knowing? Where is this knowing?
Inside the self, mind only.
Still, mind is being known. No? Where is this knowing?
Self, Atman.
Where is this self and Atman?
Always there itself.
Where?
Here itself.
Where?
Me only.
So you said first there itself. No? That is complete in itself. But not in me. That we are not allowing. Earlier in your first, before when I asked you to tell about your manana, in me. No. What is that in me? In me means there is a complex there called body. That is a thought again. And if that has a mind, that is also a thought. Now first, when we are leaving it again, you cannot come back to that. Those all are being known. And where is that knowing? If you ask, knowing is there. It need not be in anything. Because everything is there appearing in that knowingness. It is like asking, is the screen within the image? Within the image, is that whole screen there within one image? No. These images are all there on the screen. And screen is there with this image or without this image or even beyond this image it is there. That point is very important. If we say it is there within me or in me, then again that is not the experience of knowingness which we are discussing, but it is one more thought. One more thought of knowingness. But if you say it is a knowingness, in which everything is appearing, including my body, including my mind, including every body, every mind, and everything in this world. Then we are talking about that absolute knowingness or absolute consciousness. That is that Ananta Chit Satta. We are talking. Then existence means what? If you whatever you say, it exists. So this knowingness, when you are talking about knowingness, it is by default there is an existence there. But we are approaching the truth from the lens of knowingness only here. Okay. This knowingness can we miss?
No much.
No. See, that is one of the most relaxing aspect is this. All these years, in the name of sadhana, we are trying to get this. Yes, various things we have initiated. And he is about to initiate. Various. What? For what? For what?
To
To know what?
know the ultimate truth.
Very good. To know the ultimate truth, we are trying various. So now you have information what all you have to do. You have to do this, you have to do that. How do you know all this? I have read some books. I have read how Swami Vivekananda has gone to that path. I have read that Bodhanand Maharaj, how he has gone into this path. All this. So you have an agenda. But I also will do all these things. Everybody have their own agenda how to reach the truth. And is it effort or effortless?
With effort.
Effort. What sort of effort? This tremendous effort. Yes, that's what. That's what. Keeping that in mind, we start this journey. Tremendous effort. And then you will do various things. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, then Raja Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Here we are talking about what? With all those efforts, you gain something. So here we are saying effortlessly you comprehend something. And then thereafter, will it be lost?
No.
Even if you try, it cannot be lost. Why? Because it is real.
Once it is recognized.
Once it is recognized well, that's it. Because you are not creating anything with your great effort. It is already there. And what is already there, we are clearly recognizing. So it is there as default. Always as the Sakshi Chaitanya, which is mentioned so in various scriptures. Sakshi Chaitanya, that illumines all the cognitions of the mind. Means the moment you entered this world, only that was there. And till you depart, that only is there. And the one, even if you, after departing also, that is there exactly as it. So that is not limited to an individual. So it is like a grand screen in which one image has come called you. And you do what all you have to do circus on that screen. That is called life. And then you depart. But what is there? That only is there. This coming and going is what? Jiva. What is there always is Paramatma. These are other names. So that Paramatma, we have a clue now. People will say, no, where is God? Where is God? Where is God?
He is everywhere.
Everywhere. And within you?
Yes.
People will tell, there is God within me. Sure. Within you, sure. If you say, you will remember Hanumanji's photo. But now you can easily know what is that God. So that God is what we are talking about. That is that knowingness. God is everywhere means it is there. In that knowingness only everything is there. And who are you? You are that knowingness. So I will ask, you give me your knowingness and you go ahead. Can you give? If you give, you are there. Is there a world for you if the knowingness aspect is removed from you? No. So that knowingness is the ultimate reality, and we are that knowingness. And we cannot miss that. Clear? By default it is there as the Sakshi Chaitanyam that illumines all thoughts. Okay. Any doubts on this? No. So result of this recognition, what is the result of this recognition?
Atmana Vindite Vidiyam.
Till there we did not go. Based on our last discussion, what is the result of this recognition? You recognized. In this recognition, something has gone. And something as though has come. What is that which has gone?
Ajnana.
Ajnana manifesting as?
World.
No. All correct. Ajnana is very broad term. I am coming to narrow it down. World, that is also okay.
Jiva Bhava.
Jiva Bhava, that is false identity.
False identity.
False identity is, you have seen the illusion of it. See here, you need not even take it and remove it. Once you recognize this, you don't know where it went away. Such a, there is this Jiva Bhava which is troubling us and which is making us do everything. Once you comprehend this, you don't know. It has gone into mist, vanished. That is the power of this knowledge. So the false identity is forsaken. You have seen the illusion of it. Then as a result of that, what is there? As a result of simultaneously these two happens. What will happen? There is identity with, now with what?
Reality.
Reality. Identity with reality means there is no individual there. Then it is only
Reality.
told figuratively, only reality remains. Reality alone is there. That false identity has ceased. Reality will remain evident as the witness of all the perceptions.
Sakshi Chaitanya.
Sakshi Chaitanya. That alone is there. So where are you deriving your identity from then? From that infinite conscious existence. Means you as such is not there. That's why I am saying. These all are only figuratively. What remains is that infinite conscious existence. So, but if you have to say from the earlier stand that there is an identity with the body mind, what happened to that if you say that is gone? Gone means?
It is not there.
It is not there. Not there means now what is, see, that's why I said many even great personalities had a fear. If you let go this individuality, what will happen? What will happen? What is there always is there. So then to comfort them, we are saying, now you have identity with the Supreme, we are saying. But there is no individual to again take an identity. What is there is there. Yes? Clear?
This one.
Okay. And here one important thing is this is not subject to change. This recognition is not subject to change. It is a one way. So if you remain as that changeless principle after this, whose nature is Nitya Mukti, that recognition cannot go. Why it cannot go?
It is permanent.
It is not a thought to come and go. It is the one that is illumining this thought, this changeless principle. Okay. So that mukti, what we are trying to attain, which we are struggling to get, is its nature itself. nature of this knowingness. Mukti from ignorance. If ignorance is gone, all the ignorance born misery is gone. So ignorance, what ignorance about what? About who you really are. Who you really are, this changeless principle. So once the changeless principle remains vivid in your recognition as the changeless principle, then there is no change in the changeless principle. Clear?
Yes.
We remain as that supreme changeless principle, and then you don't have again any aspiration for mukti, because that itself is mukti. Not that now I got this and with this I will do something. No. Then who has come there?
Again, that
Individual. That means there is no recognition. Yes? There is recognition then. In recognition, what remains is this knowingness, consciousness, whose nature itself is mukti. Okay. Some will have doubt. But why did I miss it till now? So many years. Why did I miss?
Nobody has told.
But it is not something insignificant. Like if an elephant comes inside the room, can we miss appreciating it? No. So we are talking about which is infinite conscious existence, which you are, but still we missed. There can be a doubt like this. It is really there. Why this doubt is coming? That is the trick played by the mind itself. It wants to somehow ignore the reality, the mind, because it has no place further. Whatever is there is only that. And that only is that. Not that mind will go away and you will become like an inert. Further, whatever is there will be its appearance. Because even now, if mind is there, mind is not a conscious, it is an inert thing. It is borrowing the consciousness of that, but it is claiming ownership. And because of this false ownership, it is causing problem to us. Now the true owner has taken the ownership. Then thereafter, we cannot miss it, we are saying. But there can be a doubt, how did we miss it till now? Is it really there? These are the doubts that the mind will bring. Because what we are talking is not ordinary thing. It is not that I missed something seeing on my hand or on my feet or something like that. It is what I am, we are saying. And what is that? It is that in which the entire manifestation is taking place. But how did I miss it? That's why Upanishad is declaring. It is evident in every cognition, for everybody, without the difference of jnani and ajnani. But still we miss it. How? Why we are missing it? Is it possible to miss something like this?
Not possible.
It's not possible, huh? But there are some things in our experience. Like we blink eyes. We blink. Everybody by default they'll blink, and glands are there, lacrimal glands, which will secrete, and then the blinking will make sure that it uniformly spreads throughout the lens. Okay, but this is all happening very unconsciously. Are you conscious? How many times did you blink after we started this class? We don't even feel it as a disturbance for us. But see, we have to blink and open continuously. But we don't even know that we are blinking. Why blinking is sahajam. So we are not aware of closing and opening the eyelid during this process. In the same way, this is sarva jiva anubhavam is pratibodha vidhitam. It is everybody's universal experience. Still, because being aware and unaware are happening in succession at such a fast rate and so effortlessly, we are not aware of the Brahma Tattva, which is that knowingness. So that knowingness and unknowingness are happening at a rapid pace in us. That knowingness is there always in our experience, but we are missing it because there is this unknowingness. The clouds of thoughts are coming and taking us for a ride. So we seem to miss. But once you are recognized and you acknowledge that recognition, you cannot miss. Just like a child looking at a screen, like we discussed last time. Once he has a clear knowledge about the screen, later he has no doubt that all these images are only appearances on the screen. And that screen, because of that screen, only this movie is there, he knows. In the same way. Clear? So if you have to say, this discussion is like the wake-up call that Swami Vivekananda used to say. Wake-up call for the sleeping soul. Because you recognize the reality, you remain as the reality. Then the sleeping soul, what happened? It has been awakened. Pratibodha viditam means uto. Then it woke up. Woke up to what? To its real nature. Okay. What is that wake up call? Knowing. It's all. Knowingness, Jnapti, Chetana, Chitshakti, Chaitanyam, Sakshi, Chaitanya. All these are different names. That only will know about everything. Like if you say, is it knowing my eyes? Yes. Everything it is knowing, we are saying. Eyes and its perceptions. Ears and its perceptions. Nose, its perception. Smell. Then speech. Then content of the mind and activity. Everything. All these are chalanatmakam. But there is one without any chalanam knowing all these things uniformly. That is what we are talking. That is to what this mantra is indicating. And that is not within me. Everything, if we have to say, is in it. Because if you say, if you confine it to anything, then again that is a thought. So this is not thought. This is pure experience of what is already there. If this knowing is not there, the knowing of everything, there is nothing. And if anything is there, there is this knowingness only. As far as we are concerned here. Okay. How do we check that? See, right now what you are doing, you are hearing this satsang. Yes? How are you hearing this satsang? Because of this knowingness. That knowingness is knowing this sound. Finally translates to that. That's what we are saying. Without this knowing, nothing is there. You are knowing about the thoughts that arise in your mind as a result of this satsang. Even if you say, if I am not able to comprehend, that is also a thought. I am able to comprehend well, that is also a thought. All these are being known because of this knowing. Knowing means that is synonym for consciousness or awareness. Okay. You are knowing about the activity associated with your body right now. That is also a knowing. So everything will finally translate to knowing. So that's why we are saying, but for this knowing, what is there? Nothing. Shunyam. You can't even imagine. It is only shunyam. If this knowing is not there. There is no you, there is no world. Yes? No. So what is told here is there in our experience. The teaching is only to direct us to what is already there in our experience. But that has been ignored, that's all. Till now. Now Upanishad wants us to recognize that and not ignore it. So if this is comprehended as told, then that has the potency to bestow aparoksha jnana. As discussed, if it is comprehended, then that is aparoksha jnana. So many will, even yesterday's discussion, what is this paroksha jnana and aparoksha jnana? Paroksha means through the senses, eyes, akshi. In that realm, if it is there, it is paroksha jnana. Can this knowledge happen at paroksha jnana level? No. So if pratibodha viditam is heard and comprehended, then what is there? Aparoksha jnana. That is the nature of this jnana. It can only be aparoksha. So there is no objectivity there. Only subjectivity. Subjectively you know that I am that. Okay. Now, okay, you are sitting here, you came all the way to Himalayas on the banks of Ganges, peaceful, away from all disturbances, from your home or from your ashram and everything. And now when I say, very nice. Later, the mind may doubt. That is one. Whether this only or is there anything more? That is one thing. Second thing, without really comprehending also, if you assume that there is a comprehension, such doubts will come. So we need to have some quality checks on this, so that you have a conviction that this is the ultimate reality. I will give you few quality checks. These are self-assessment. Whether you have really comprehended this knowingness or you are imagining something in your mind. Is it not important to have this quality check? Otherwise, Upanishad is telling one thing and you are in your own fantasy imagining things. So what is the first quality check? You will say, now you know. You are asking yourself, this is a self. Not that we need to check somebody's knowledge. It is a self-assessment. Now I know what knowingness is. Anyhow, I recognize. Now, let me describe that knowingness. You describe what is that knowingness.
यदि मैं चुपचाप बैठा हूँ महाराज, ऐसे ही बैठा हूँ, तो बॉडी सेंस ये भी थॉट की तरह काम कर रहा है. थॉट
Yes, yes.
तो नोइंगनेस इज देयर. और मन में कुछ सोच रहा हूँ, एज ए थिंकर कुछ सोच रहा हूँ, वो भी एक थॉट की तरह काम कर रहा है. ऑल्सो नोइंगनेस. और बाकी सब जितने एक्सपीरियंसेस है उसमें सब नोइंगनेस को देखेंगे तो विविड होगा. हाँ, नोइंगनेस ही एकमात्र है.
Correct. But only that knowingness, if you describe, you cannot negate that. No? Can you describe that? What is that knowingness?
No, Maharaj.
Cannot describe. That is the right knowledge. That is the thing. The first quality check is you are trying to describe that knowingness and you fail. You fail. Utterly we fail. Why?
It just
What we usually use to describe,
again thought only.
it is again thought is coming, and this is beyond that. So this thought, the senses, all these, and this is the one that is illuminating this. And if you are trying to describe, then you are trying to, from this realm, see now this will be an experiential proof that you have comprehended the second mantra. Shrotrasya shrotra, manaso manoli, vachoha vacha, pranasya prana, chakshusas chakshu. So how can you describe this in the realm of the senses or the mind? You cannot. So if you say you cannot, that is one quality check, tick, correct. Can you negate that?
No, Maharaj.
No. Second quality check, tick. You cannot negate it and you cannot describe it. Okay. Then, does it have any limitation?
No.
No. 3, tick. It is unlimited. Yes? The closest we can go towards this experience is Sushupti. Why we are bringing here deep sleep? Because sleep is one without a second. There you remain as you are. So here you cannot describe it, you cannot negate it. Then has it any limitations? It has no limitations. It remains unlimited. All this is clear? Is there any experience like this? Deep sleep. Can you describe that deep sleep as to what it is? No, nothing is there. Is it not there? No, it is there. How can you negate my deep sleep? You slept well yesterday? The deep sleep is not there. If I say what, you will tell? No, you will tell. I have experience. Who has experience? Are you there? No, but still that is my experience, you will tell. That you slept well. You cannot negate it. And you cannot describe it. And what is there? What is that deep sleep? Is there any limitations there? Limitations means this is a limitation. This is a limitation. Limitation means it is confined to this space. It is not there here. Here it is not there. So like that, does the deep sleep, whatever is there in deep sleep, you are saying that has any limitations are there in the deep sleep? No, that also is not there. So this is exactly like that. So this is a waking deep sleep. Is it exactly like that? Yes. So quality check. 4 you take. Clear? And then, yes, this is what Upanishad told, and that recognition is clear. So if the mind poses doubt any time after going from here, whether that is it or not, you use this quality checks and tell that mind, this is it. That's all.
Doubt itself is thought.
The doubt itself is thought. But if you are possessed by that thought, then use this inquiry to eliminate that. So this is the manana process. Keep this in your kit to
Suit it.
shoot that thought process. Okay. So you need to do manana on this, so that this knowledge will be firm. So today we learnt about how to validate the genuineness of our recognition through these quality checks and remain as our real nature. If you are distracted by any thought, you should know that it is appearing in that knowing only, which is called Ananta Chit Satta. Yes?
Yes, sir.
What is needed for this is only a simple mind. See, it's very important. You have simple mind or a complex mind?
Yes.
So, for a complex mind has to be made first simple mind. And for that, all sadhanas. All sadhanas are only
To make it simple.
to make it simple. See, not to make it complex. But if you have a simple mind, this itself is enough. But the more complex it is, the more complex process you have to pass through to get this recognition. Why we are saying it is simple mind? It is there always, this reality. And but for that reality, nothing is there. What difficulty is there to comprehend that? It is actually difficult to comprehend space. We have seen yesterday. But if the mind is complex, it is not possible. The more complicated our mind is, the more complex sadhana you have to undertake to comprehend this. Okay. So you can see in the history also there are many saints with simple minds who comprehended this and they lived a contented lives. The others with complicated minds, then they end up in complex sadhanas. So the whole sadhana is to make the mind simple. That only you can tell Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Naischalyam. Those are all they call it simple mind. Even those are in the process. That's why. No? Then do you need Tarka? Do you need Nyaya? Do you need Mimamsa? If you have doubt. As such you don't need. But if your mind is complex, to make it simple, you need all that. Yes. So why I am saying this topic of simple mind came? To make sure that this is very easy. Why it is very easy, because that is what you are. That is what you are. Then should it not be easy to know what you already are? If you have to create something, then it will be difficult. To recognize what you already are, why it should be difficult? If it is difficult, then the mind is complex. Okay. So this is the manana you can initiate, and then we can continue discussion next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.